A very warm welcome to IDFC First Bank presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 12. I'm Ritwika Gupta. Tonight we'll be speaking to two special enterprises from very distinct industries. One is a legacy business in the auto manufacturing space, while the other is an emerging player in India's proptech industry. On the show tonight, I'll be first in conversation with Manoj Dhanotiya, founder and CEO MicroMitti, and in the second segment, I'll be chatting with Nishit Behera, Executive Director RSB Group. Kickstarting tonight's episode with MicroMitti, a brand that is an emerging proptech company operating in the space of real estate investments. And joining me live on the show now is Manoj Dhanotiya, founder and CEO MicroMitti. Manoj, welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Now, the proptech industry in India is rapidly evolving. So to kickstart this interview, Manoj, tell us, where do you see the biggest opportunities in the industry and what are some of the challenges that are holding the sector back?
You asked me three things. One is opportunity, challenge, and what is holding. I see the biggest opportunity is from the youth sector. You know, the money which is being generated within the leadership category in IT firms, people who are working in technology or people who are upper middle class, and their money is going towards the stock market because the only option they have right now to put the white money or the money they are earning is in stock market. The whole real estate sector is huge. I mean, if we talk about numbers, we say we are 1 billion population and there are only 5 million investors in stock market. So I really wonder that where everybody else is investing. So traditionally people invest actually in real estate. So that proptech sector will bring the trust and the confidence among these people who are not investing at this point of time into real estate due to various challenges like transparency, or when we talk about real estate, usually the image comes out to be not professional, unorganized. There are a lot of those kind of things which holds back this youth. But with proptech, I have seen a lot of youth, people in the ages of 25 to 40 years are now moving towards proptech companies to put their money into real estate. With proptech, it is helping them to put money into real estate, into appreciating assets. Then the next opportunity, the biggest opportunity I see, which proptech will bring in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. The affordability, the kind of lifestyle we were looking for will come in tier 2 cities. So there are huge scope of real estate growth in tier 1, after tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 cities. And this would be the proptech which will solve this kind of issues.
Now, MicroMitti, from what I understand, aims to democratize real estate investments. Can you just walk us through how your platform works? How are you enabling even small investors to participate in wealth building opportunities?
As a middle class person, if I invest a 25 lakhs in a tier 1 city for a rental income, I might get the rental, but after 3 years, if I need that money for my son's education or marriage or anything, the capital will not come out because I have purchased it at the highest rate. So we created MicroMitti from a vision that we truly will represent fractional real estate investment, where they can actually become part of the project on day one at a colonizer or a builder rate. They can earn that appreciation, the appreciation which is happening in the land or while building a project, and then continue to earn the rental yield. So the whole concept of MicroMitti is based on making people partner from day one in a large project with a small ticket size.
So Manoj, you spoke about your focus on India's tier 2 and tier 3 cities like Indore and Bhubaneswar. Tell us a little bit about, what's the untapped potential in these markets that really excites you? How are you creating sustainable opportunities there?
I started from city Indore. It's a tier 2 city. Just to explain you how Indore city works, and we can always relate to other cities. Indore is 7-time winner of the cleanest city in India. The cost of living here is much lower than tier 1 city. There are like more than 84 flights which connect to various destinations and 4 international destinations across the world. You can easily afford land. You can easily build your house. You can actually create wealth in these cities. And the cost of land, the cost of development is still way less than what it is in tier 1 cities. So you will see, when you see the data from JLL or Knight Frank, there are a lot of reports out there that the appreciation which is happening in tier 1 cities is only 4%, while the appreciation happening in cities like Indore, Lucknow, Ahmedabad, Bhubaneswar is more than 20, 25, 30%.
Sure, and I also read that MicroMitti is the only player in India offering ownership, retention, and exit strategies in fractional investments. Manoj, what challenges have you faced in introducing and scaling this concept in India?
Whenever you talk about real estate and investment, the number one problem is trust. People do not trust what is happening into real estate, or builders or colonizers. Not everybody, but majorly this is the issue. So what we created is a USP, and when we structured MicroMitti, what we said that 100% of money will be invested first by the MicroMitti as a firm, and then we get all the permissions. Then we allow 40% investment into the company, and when the project completes, we offer co-exit. So we are the investment managers. Our money is also there, which is 60% there, and we will give you co-exit. So basically, we give you preferred share, so you get your exit first after 3 years. Once everybody in the fractional real estate investment who has invested get exit, then company exits. So this creates the trust which people need, that with the person or the company or the investment manager I'm investing, they are also invested. They will work with us. They will make sure that the project is completed at time, and then they give us first right to exit. So that concept of wealth management and investment we have brought into real estate, which is not new, but it is new for real estate. But we are bringing that into the system, and that's how we assure that MicroMitti is established as a brand, and people trust the brand and work with us for a long, long time.
Now, Manoj, your collaboration with brokers to help them evolve into personal wealth managers is fascinating. How are you making this transformation happen? And what ripple effects could it have on the real estate industry as a whole?
In real estate, usually a property broker, he works very hard. He sells property for like crores of rupees for builders and colonizers. But once the project is done, he's out. There is no legacy he's creating. And then their future generation doesn't want to work into that system. What we created is a MicroMitti Real Estate Wealth Advisor program, where we are saying to the brokers that, come to our system, and we are using technology into it that will map you as a wealth advisor. Now you will not be just selling a house or a plot or office. If you're bringing me 10 customers to the MicroMitti, those are mapped to you for forever, just like LIC does with their agent. You do get a commission on a day one, but you also get a recurring commission every time that property is churned, or every time that customer want to sell or trade it, or moves from one place to another. So you will get a notification. The whole tech is into the picture. So that way you are actually creating a legacy. Not only the commission, we are also paying them a regular salary, just like in a LIC agent model system, that we will pay you anywhere from 1 lakh to 10 lakh a year, and that can also increase depending upon how many people you are bringing to the system, how many people wealth you are managing. And then we are also training them that what is the difference between a property broker and a wealth advisor. And when you become a wealth advisor, when you become a real estate wealth advisor, you will actually consult people that how to buy properties legally, how to promote proptech, how you can actually churn your portfolio.
And finally, what is next for MicroMitti? Where do you see the company and perhaps the proptech industry 5 years from now?
Ritwika, in terms of numbers, our target to acquire land for this fractional real estate model, which our target was for 3 years, and we have already achieved in 7 months. And that has become possible because real estate industry is huge, and people really want to come towards the technology. They really want to make sure that the proptech becomes part of their daily life. Usually people who are in real estate who doesn't know about technology. But on a longer term goal for a 5-year vision, I do believe, and especially me coming from a technology background, the proptech is not just fractional real estate investment. I do see a lot of implementations from AI, where we can use AI for tenant verification, we can use for blockchain, we can use for property chain document verifications, we can do it for property identification. I do see a lot of jobs generating into this proptech sector, in finance sector, the wealth management sector, the technology sector. I do see a lot of jobs in AI, AR, VR. We'll need a lot of legal consultants. We will need people who can do property management. So, the whole ecosystem will grow very fast. And in a country like India, where jobs are already not being easily found. I do see this unorganized sector, the way it will become organized, MicroMitti will play a huge role in educating people. Our whole marketing strategy is education. If we can educate more and more people about how technology will change the real estate, how more jobs will be generated here, how people actually can do better saving and make wealth in this sector, I do believe MicroMitti will play a very vital role in creating the ecosystem. And I hope many other companies will take a clue from us and work with us. And especially in tier 2, tier 3 city, and we do have a vision in 5 years to be into villages as well, because I do see a lot of land, agriculture, everything is part of proptech. There are a lot of things which we can do. India being a country of villages and agriculture, I do believe proptech will again reignite that agriculture revolution in a new technological world. So I hope MicroMitti will do what we aim for, and we are pushing it to up to the village level.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Manoj. It was a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you, Ritwika. Thanks for giving chance.
It's time for a quick break here. We'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back to IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 12. In this segment, the spotlight is on RSB Group. Founded in 1973, RSB stands at a momentous milestone this year as the group celebrates 50 years of engineering excellence, a journey anchored to unity and invincibility. To talk about this journey and much more, I'm going to be in conversation with Nishit Behera, Executive Director, RSB Group. Thank you, Nishit, for joining us today on Leaders of Tomorrow.
Thank you for taking the effort of interviewing me and knowing about RSB.
So to begin with, Nishit, the RSB Group has seen significant growth and transformation over the years, moving from component manufacturing to complete aggregate systems. Can you elaborate on the company's journey so far?
RSB started in 1973 in Jamshedpur. It was started by my uncles, my elder uncle and the next uncle who joined them. We started with a small fabrication job for Tata Growth Shop. And from there, our journey started, and we went into components, then we went into aggregates, then we went into complete systems. And to understand our journey, it was a vision set by the promoters. On one hand, the vision was set that we need to move towards higher engineered products. And on the other hand, the vision was set to create a culture which was of innovation and customer satisfaction. And when these two were merged together, that's where our journey led us from a component to an aggregate system.
Now, RSB is making significant strides in the electric vehicle sector with a 70% market share in India's EV segment. What opportunities do you foresee in the EV market, and how are you leveraging partnerships like the one with EVR Motors, to expand your capabilities?
So RSB was predominantly serving the commercial vehicle segment. And when we started looking at EV as a sector or EV as a technology which was going to affect the automotive industry, we looked at which all segments EV will start impacting. And it was our understanding that EV's penetration in the two-wheeler segment, three-wheeler segment, and LCV segment will be far faster than the other segment. Now, leveraging on our commercial vehicle presence, we started targeting the LCV segment, for which we developed the e-axle system. And now we are developing, or we are already on the verge of creating our motor and associating with the controller guide to give a complete solution for the LCV segment of the automotive industry. In this, our relationship with EVR has assisted us. In a way, it has catapulted us in shortening the timeline of our product development. EVR is an Israeli company which predominantly focuses on motor design. This has enabled us. And one of the key strengths which we bring to the table, RSB brings to the table, is that we have the mechanical solution, which is the e-axle. At the same time, we have a solution for the motor and the controller, so that we can give a complete integrated solutions to the customer.
So with a strong global presence across markets like the US and Europe, how do you see the international landscape shaping RSB's future, especially as you expand your operations in regions like Mexico?
We did an acquisition in the US in 2006 with the aspiration and a vision to enter into the US market. The US entity expanded and set up a greenfield expansion project in Mexico. The kind of investment and the growth we are seeing in Mexico and the kind of opportunities which is being seen in Mexico does make us excited that we will be able to take our products, what we are manufacturing in India, leverage on our manufacturing presence in Mexico, and cater to the US market. And we have been there for the last 10 years now in Mexico. So yes, Mexico as a geographical location is a location which can be leveraged exponentially to cater to the US market.
Now, RSB's revenue has shown impressive growth, with FY24 reaching over 2,800 crores and projections of 3,000 crore rupees for FY25. What strategies have contributed to this success, and how does the company plan to achieve the ambitious target of 5,000 crore rupees in the next 2 to 3 years?
We at RSB believe keep the strategies simple, and then the execution becomes far easier. In that scenario. So we broke our strategies in two fold. The first fold was the existing product need to maximize its customer penetration. But at the same time, the second link was also quite thriving, and we were pushing hard, was the new product development. It's an extensive new product development strategy where each of our vertical has a product development in process, where we are able to cater to new offerings or new product or new solutions to the customer. And that has assisted us in growing or having a sustainable growth over the years.
Now, Nishit, I've read that you've partnered with Bain Capital to achieve aggressive growth targets, including tripling your turnover to 10,000 crore rupees in the next 5 years or so. Tell us, how does this partnership help RSB execute its growth plans?
So a couple of years back, when we were having our board meeting and all, and we were contemplating how do we chart the next RSB 2.0 of it, how do we envision RSB 2.0, and how do we chart the growth trajectory of RSB. And there were opportunities which we could see. There were products which we were looking at bringing to the Indian market with a higher technology and far more better, efficient product. And we found our culture and way of thinking was matching or aligning a lot with Bain. They had a similar kind of a culture like ours, where they were not looking for quick solutions, but they were looking at a long-term sustainable growth, both in terms of its top line and also the kind of products which we want to develop and engineer. So, and with Bain's presence across the globe, they give us access to markets and customers which will only accentuate or push RSB in having a far more aggressive growth.
Absolutely. And now, given the focus on innovation, RSB is expanding into areas like agricultural equipment and railway products. So how does the diversification into these segments align with your long-term growth strategy?
To understand our strategy towards railways or agriculture, we used to cater to the agriculture segment in the terms of gears from almost now, I guess, 20 odd years we are supplying to the agriculture segment. At the same time, our R&D division was looking at products which, with the strengths which we have in our R&D, if we will be able to develop products to the agriculture segment or the railway segment or the defense, all three were being studied. What kind of products we can develop, what kind of challenges these segments are facing, wherein RSB can come in and develop a product or a solution to mitigate those challenges. So our strategy to cater to this segment was based on two. One, by understanding our own strength and competencies. And second, bringing innovation and engineering to the table to provide a product or a solution which can cater to these segments like railway or defense.
And finally, looking ahead, tell us, what is your vision for the future of RSB Group, especially as you're targeting new revenue milestones and you're also considering an IPO within the next 5 to 7 years?
For the products which we are already in a matured stage, we would like to sustain those SOPs. How do we sustain? By providing a good service in terms of it delivery, quality, and cost to the customers which we already have. On top of that, we'll set our new product development. The third, which we are looking at, is the acquisition, where we will look at organization or companies which are synergetic to us, where we will be able to harness the strength of both the organization and we'll be able to grow far faster. And the fourth, which we are looking at, which I've already spoken, leveraging on our presence in Mexico so that we can grow our export or our sales to US as a market. So these are the four layers which we are banking on, or which we are keeping to reach to the target which we have set.
Well, all the very best to you, Nishit. Thank you so much for your time. It was lovely chatting with you.
Thank you for taking the time again to know us.
With that, it's a wrap on this episode of IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 12. We hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.